Tracy Walker from the Scrapbooking Studio and Creative Memories Advisor. This week, in honor of Creative Memories' 10th birthday celebration, we are going to be making birthday borders using the Birthday Bonanza Collection. So, here is the two borders that we're going to be making today. One of them is going to run horizontal, the other vertical. We're going to use the birthday hat border maker punch. The only twist that we're going to do with this one is we are going to punch this out in purple. So I have one child that is a purple child and one child that's more of a pink child. So for the first ones, I made it for her birthday for the pink child. So now we will make them for the using purple. And the purple that we're using today is going to be this new purple color from Creative Memories called Gravity Grape. And it matches the Booyah Halloween collection perfectly. And if you haven't watched the Halloween video, go back and watch that. It's super cute. All right, so we're going to be using, I have a scrap over here that we're going to use first. So we're going to set those aside. So the inspiration for this came from Creative Memories blog from September 15th, 2022. And I will put a link to this in the notes. So it's something going to be a little bit similar. Now, the bats is a knockout punch, whereas the party is a chain punch, and it's going to not stay connected to the paper when you punch it. So what's really nice is you can print off the instructions easily. Now there was like 3 other borders on this one, so we I just printed only what I needed for that. So let's get started. So first, and I've kind of pre-cut some things. So here are our bases. Our bases, the back side of the Birthday Bonanza is it's like a dark teal, I would say, sea green. And then the side is the chevron zigzag. So, and then our next layer is this white layer that has the decorative edge. They used the wave, I believe. No. Oh, this is the scallop blade. So I'm using not the colonial, not the scallop. So the first layer is going to be 12 by 3, and that's going to be the base. Then the next one is going to, this size is going to be 12 by 1.5. So I already have this as a 3. And so I just need to get my 12-inch trimmer out and just trim that in half at 1.5. I was trying to use up scraps, and so I was pre doing this, and so I would know what if I had enough space left. So I'm going to switch out my blade. I'm going to keep it really handy because I need to switch it back out again. Okay, so we have this is going to be, oh, I picked scallop. Nope, not what I wanted. I'm like, I thought colonial was green. It is green. All right, so put that there. And then we are going to cut this at 1.5 inches. So, all right, so we got 1.5 inches. Kind of line this up evenly. And cut that in half. So now we have those two. And those are going to be part of that. So next we are wanting to make this next layer, which is going to be these strips of paper. And this is a great way to use up extra strips of paper that you have. So what you'll do is you'll take, and I didn't switch my blades out yet. Got to do that. Remember to do that because I might need to trim something. I'll put that back so I know where it is. All right, so next we're going to be working on the strips of paper. And then these strips of paper is 12 2.5-inch strips. I think I cut these at 1. I liked these at 1. It does not exactly match up, but I'm pretty sure these are 1. Yep, these are 1-inch strips. So I'm kind of a renegade sometimes when it comes to this stuff. I don't exactly follow every single thing. So we're going to start in this in order, and I'm going to have to cut some more strips because I don't have enough. But we're going to start putting these in order. And at the end, you're not going to really notice that if one of them's not exactly the right, um, wide, scallop, 1.5. Let's read this again. Cut 12 1 by 2-inch pieces. So that is right. I am doing it right. All right. So what we'll do is we're going to take the trimmer and we're going to start trimming these 1-inch strips. I'm going to use the photo trimmer just because it's easier for me. So so these are going to be, if you look, these are 2-inch strips right there. So I'm going to take this, give myself some room, and you could layer them if you want to. I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut a few because I don't want to cut as more than I need. All right, so that's right. And then pink. Let's cut a green. I don't have any, not a lot of green cut. All right, so cut those into 2-inch strips. So this week, in honor of their 10th birthday, I'm going to be making 3 different border strips. So if you there is a video showing off all 3 of them. So if you want to go back and look at that, and then you can see one of them is a little more gender neutral because I have 2 girls and a boy, and so I need to make sure I have something that's not pink and purpley, and those are not his colors. I'm not even sure he has a color. He wears a lot of football stuff. I would say is his color. I would say Broncos maybe is his color. Okay, so in the original, I had it going pink, yellow, and then pink, yellow, green, pink. Oh, I'm going to have to cut some more. Pink, yellow, green, pink. All right, let's cut. We're going to have to definitely cut some more for the next time for that. All right, let's cut. Oh, there's my dog, and she's whining. I think she hears my son out there, and she wants to know what he's eating or doing because he went outside. So if you hear a dog bark, whine, that is my little puppy. She's not a puppy anymore. She's like 6 years old, but she is smaller than our cats. She is a very little dog. All right. So yellow. All right. So pink, yellow, and then green. All right. So I'm going to use repositional tape runner just in case I have to adjust. I can. All right. And we're just going to start adhering these down one by one. And if you don't have perfectly measured, it's okay. We can go and like trim them. I would line up like at the bottom, and then you only have to really trim on one side. And then this one's off a little bit. Let's kind of move that one over. We're just going to keep going down the line. All right, I might have to stop here a second and let the dog out. It's like the story of my life right now. All right, you have to stay out for now. Go see what Red doing. All right, now she is gone. I guarantee she'll be back like in 20 minutes or less than that, maybe 2. All right, for that, and one thing about birthday week is starting at noon today, they are going, and that's Central Time, offer some free gifts with $100 purchase. One of them is embellishments that complement the birthday bonanza. That's a little more in, I would call them more generic or gender neutral. It's not purple, not pinks. It's more into the blues and the teals and the yellows, which is really nice. So they're launching that. And then they also have a book of ideas. So in previous years, they've printed two other books, and both of them sold out, or at least the first one did. I can't remember on the second one. However, where they take all the ideas from the blog and a little bit more, and give you layout ideas, and they have a contest with that. Like if you um, complete every single one of them, I think you get a prize for that. So if you're interested in like scrapbooking and getting pages done and just enjoying your pictures, like getting them out for your family to enjoy, I would join in that. And that's one of my goals this year is just spend more time scrapbooking. It's my hobby. It's my what brings me joy. And I kind of worked on that this year. Like, what truly brings me joy and what doesn't bring me joy. And if it really doesn't bring me joy, then why am I suffering through it? I don't know if you can relate to that. There's just some things like, yeah, as an adult, you gotta suck it up. You know, if you're an 80s kid, suck it up, buttercup. Um, this is what I've often heard, like, for that. So, and then there's just like this tiny bit left over. So I'm just gonna put that on the end there. All right, so now we have, oops, that is just not gonna say. Well, let's put it on this side. Rub that off. I would use my silicone mat, and I do have my silicone mat. Now, knowing that this is mostly going to get covered up by um, something, just the other stuff. So as you can see, we got one done. There is a little bit of imperfections. So what I'll do is end up trimming this at the end to kind of make it more even. Put some more tape on there. There we go. All right, so we'll end up trimming that end. So that's the first one. Here is the second one. And obviously we are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. What do I need? How many I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 4 green. Okay, so 1. What's nice about any of the borders is you don't have to use the collection that they show. This was originally a Halloween one, which is super cute. And the Border Maker Punch for Halloween, the bats, is still currently available. So, and the Booyah collection is super cute. So, I did make a video, a layout of my kids when they were little. I need 2 of these when they were really tiny and cute, and they weren't tiny. I mean, they were like grade school, but I do have some baby ones. But um, I haven't like I just have been doing one-off projects. I haven't like scrapbook family stuff in a long time, so that's one of my goals is to go through and organize and print. I don't have any of them printed. If you're guilty of that, join the club. Like a lot of people don't print anymore, and sometimes it's really hard to find quality printers. Like my favorite was Costco, and they're stopped printing, and now they're printing through Shutterfly, which I haven't been super happy with. I printed some stuff through Snapfish, and because it was a huge deal. um, Creative Memories does do printing, and I do love their printing as well. Uh, it does take a little bit more time to get those back. As a consultant, you do get whatever your current discount is. That's how much you get off on those. So I am a level 5 consultant, so I get 40% off. All right, so let's just go straight to adhering these down. All right. Pink, as you can see, a little bit short on that one. Or I cut this white one a little bit long. All right, and then green. So if you want to put in the comments, like, where are you printing your pictures at? Because I know MPix is really good and Persnickety is really good. However, the MPix pricing is very, very expensive. And those are photographer quality. So I do use them when I do print them and Persnickety. Like when I printed my kids' senior pictures. Like those are really nice, beautiful pictures that I felt worthy of spending the money. One thing that Persnickety has that some of the other ones don't is you can like pre-buy at a sale price, and then when you're ready to print, because sometimes you're like, oh, I'm not ready to print yet. I don't have my stuff organized. I would say like 75-80% of the battle is getting which pictures are you going to print, because in this day and age we use our phones, and it's not like film that gets developed that costs a lot of money. With those you can just take 50 pictures of the same thing, but obviously you're not going to print every single one of them. So kind of going through and spending the time getting it organized. A lot of people I know try to at the end of each month or once a month or a couple times a month, I try to do that too, where I go through my phone and delete all the screenshots. um where am I at? Pink, yellow, okay, green. um I mean, I screenshot things for clients, um things like that, or screenshot ideas for layouts if I see something online that I think is super cool. um so sometimes I don't need those screenshots after a month or so, or I've moved it into a folder on my computer, or things like that. So, okay, pink, yellow. All right, almost there. All right, yellow, green. So, yeah, I would love for you to share with me. This is crooked on this side. Where you're printing your photos at. um, digital scrapbooking makes that go. You don't have to figure out where to print your photos, but you do have to figure out where to print your photo books at. I print mine at Forever. I do my Christmas cards there. They're a similar organization to Shutterfly. Now, one thing different about Forever is if you remember years ago, if you've been with Creative Memories, Creative Memories has been around since the 90s. I know I started scrapbooking like early 2000, like in 2000, after my first child was born. One of my friends at the time introduced me to scrapbooking. And so at that time, Creative Memories, not too long after that, came out with a digital program that was made by Panstoria. And they sold it as Storybook Creator. Well, when Creative Memories um, ceased to exist for a little bit, the program went back to Panstoria, and then they sold it for a while. Well, then someone bought it and kind of renamed it as Forever, and so they have renamed Storybook Creator as Artisan. And Artisan is a digital scrapbooking program where you have total creative control. All right, let's see. Do I need to trim any of this? Actually, it looks pretty good. Wait, oh, I do need to trim like a tiny, tiny bit. on this side because of that little white that's showing. All right, so I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to line it up on my trimmer such that it's kind of halfway in between the two marks. Let's see if that's enough. And you got to really press because there is cardstock there. Okay, that's good. All right, so that one I did need to trim. And see, it makes these tiny, tiny, tiny thing. All right, so on this one side needs just a little bit of trimming. Once again, I'm gonna kind of line it up directly in between, like on my mat. There's two lines, and that's the cutting line. And what's nice about the trimmer with Creative Memories is the mat is four-sided, so you can use the flip the mat over and over and over. And I still did not get that right. I need okay, let's hold that. And it's going through two layers of paper, so I just need to make sure. All right, that is good enough. So it kind of made all this little paper shards. I'm gonna need to get that vacuum in here soon. All these papers make so many paper shards. Okay, so now we have stuff. So now we have this. Now the next thing I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna start adhering it yet because I want to punch. If you on this one, and you can tell where I got a little off, and I might like put some cut some thin strips to organize it, but like I cut these a little too short because I had adhered all this and then I started doing that. So I really could adhere. So I'm going to adhere this here because that's where it goes across. Get this. Oh, one thing that I did, I totally forgot, is this actually has to be cut in half. All right, this is the lesson in. So this is 2 inches. So I need to get this, cut it. All right, I'm going to cut that one in half. And then I'm going to cut this one in half. All right, at 1 inch. I'm totally shocked that the dog must have decided she wanted to hang out with her football buddy. He's probably trying to find a football outfit for her. Yesterday she had on our football jersey for Iowa State because we live in the state of Iowa and we are a Cyclone family. We do have one Hawkeye in our family, and so what I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to like dry fit this just a little bit such that I can adhere this, and so I can get the things going across the right way. So I'm just going to use some repositional tape runner. If you've never used this stuff is awesome. Absolutely love it. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this down the center. And sometimes you just have to like eyeball it and then just let it fall. All right, so now we have this one. All right, let's do the more complicated one first. We're going to do the one where it, and put those aside, these cuts it across. So we're going to take our tape runner, or not our tape runner, the housing to our border maker, and then the cartridge goes in here, and then it just snaps in. So now we're going to take our gravity grape paper and put it in the tray. And so to make this even, and put this like here, you can see it. So this tray comes out, and then you're going to feed your paper from the left to the right, and then you're going to balance it up to that. And then what we'll do, I'm going to try and move some of this stuff right here, is these teeth are going to go in here. And on some of these that are more, you want to pull it straight out and then go back in again, push down, pull it straight out, go back in, because some of the more intricate ones, you'll end up tearing, especially on the designer paper. Cardstock, not necessarily, but, and then, see, I caught it. And it's easy to catch. All right. All right, last one. All right, so we have that. And then what I'm going to do, throw that away. Now I have this little strip left. It's, I mean, I don't think it would be really hard to use it because it really doesn't have much left. So I am going to just set it aside and use it later. In the original one, I used like this darker color. However, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a white one, and then I'll show you. So we're just going to go through a little bit faster this time. Ah, see, you get too fast, and that's what happens for that. And then last one. All right. It's okay that it's a little scrunched at the moment. And put this to the side. What I'm going to do, and I'm going to not, you could save some of this, I would call punch poop, because it has like cute little stars and stuff. But today we're not going to keep that, and then throw away that. So what we're going to do is match up. So it gives it a little bit of a height. And I could do like leave a little bit of the white. That's, where is, oh, what did I do with? Oh, there it is. So I could put this across like this. So two options. One, I could do it where it has a little dimension, but you're not going to see it. So I'm just going to put it right on top, and then it gives it a little more depth. And then what I'm going to use, I have this on the side, is repositionable tape runner and my silicone mat. What's really, really nice about a silicone mat is the tape runner is going to tape, so it's going to stick to my paper, but it's not going to stick to the mat itself. Now, like if I use it on like this mat, then it gets residue that I have to like, I pick it off a lot. I have to get like a, oh, it's like a, I used them in college. It's like a rubber cement um remover thing, little eraser type thing. So I'm gonna try and match these up as best I can. It shows a little bit, it's not a big deal. So, oops. All right, I'm gonna have to come back and pull this up. Let me try this again. All right. So, and then I'm gonna take my scissors, and there's just like this little edge where I didn't exactly line up perfectly. Okay. So for this, so we can, it gives this a little more dimension. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adhering to the bottom. So I'm just going to put some tape runner, and I'm going to just put it over the line just like that. And so then one thing I do want to make sure is these little circles need to make sure they have adhesive on them, because when you cut them, they sometimes will detach themselves, and then I have to go finding them. All right, and then I'm just going to cut on the back, just like that. And then we will go to the next one. So I'm going to adhere and make sure I get that one right there, really, that end piece is really, really important. All right, so I did that one. And now I'm going to come up to the next line and see how that kind of, what I might do is, I might do that. And that way it's a little less. So I need to make sure I have some repo on there. Now what's nice is you can go in and then like just take your finger and it takes it right off of there. All right, so now I have two sides to trim with my pinpoint precision scissors. There's one side. And then here is the other side. All right, so, oops, let's do the same thing. Make sure you get those for that. So, today is, what do I want to say? Today is actually Sunday, and I'm just recording this for Monday to put out there as my first video, but I'm recording this on a Sunday, my football day. I don't know if you got any live in the Midwest. A lot of Midwesterners are Chiefs and Vikings fans. I grew up a Bears fan, grew up in Chicagoland area, and I'm going to have to punch another one of these because obviously I'm not going to make it to the end. Oops, that did not. So I would say there's a lot of Chiefs fans here in the Des Moines metro area. There is some Vikings fans. Our family is very, very mixed. I don't know if you've listened to some of my other videos. Um, I grew up in Chicago. I think my girls could like literally care less. Okay, that's not going to be enough for that. So we'll keep going up. So one thing I did do is I didn't necessarily I didn't fill all the roll. So what we'll do is I'll probably do this one a little opposite where I'm going to skip up here and then this side will be the left and this other side will be the right. So let's trim. Let's get another. All right, technical difficulties. Like it stopped recording what I was doing. However, it was still recording my voice. So I'm gonna kind of picked up where I'm at. So where it was is we've now done all this. So you didn't really miss much. I just went through. I did not put any birthday party hats on two of the lines, which is fine. And then I was about to use my foam tape. I think what it was is like at a certain time my phone stops being do not disturb. And so it came off of do not disturb and then I got some messages and then it just disrupted what I was doing. So we're just going to keep going. So I'm going to use foam squares, give it a little bit of dimension and put this little birthday present here. And then I have some enamel stickers that I will add to that as well. And let's see where those are at. I have a little pouch that I use that I hide all that stuff in. And now it's eluding me. I think when I get organized, I'm like, oh yeah, I have everything I need. And then things get moved. Okay, so enamel sticker sheet. So I could do like birthday, like this across, but I have a saying that's going to be on the other side. So I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm going to put that in there. And then I'll use, and I'm just kind of trying to use what I have of these. So, and let's use this purple one kind of down here. All right. Now what we'll do is we will put this on the back of this. So let's get, all right. Oops, almost did the wrong side. All right. This needs to be a tiny bit. That's the glorious thing about repositionable tape runner. Do that. All right. So now this is kind of bugging me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up. Come on. Oh, I got it's foam tape. And then I'm going to move this over. I'm going to move this. First, I'm going to move this. So then it's a little like either I want it right here. I think I just want it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have it hang over further this way. Then I'm going to have this one not hang over very much because this is going to be the edge of the page. So, all right. So we have border on this first one. So very similar. I have, I did put, so I could put a sticker on here and put it right in, like put it up here or something like that. Make it a little more even. All right. So now we have the one side completed. Now we are going to move on. I'm gonna clean up some of the mess. Move the foam tape over. So we've already done the same thing. Now this one's going to go much faster. So, oops, this is sticking. Okay, so this one we're going to put some tape runner on each side. And we are going to get these on here. Now, remembering this one, we're going to run horizontally, so it does not require a lot of, we're just going to cut the, and we may, just because we may not need all of it. So let's see what we can, if we can just use what we have, or if I can, or if I have to cut another out. Because we do have this much left over. No, it's not going to be enough. All right, so I'm going to save that just in case I need it. And this one can actually, we're not trimming anything on side to side, so, and make sure it goes on the right way. This side needs a little bit more. Okay. So we are going to be using these, and these go back on the back of the birthday candle. So, all right, let's finish this out. And we are going to, I'm going to move all this. We are going to punch out one purple and one white of the birthday. This is the party hat border maker. This is an oldie but goodie. It was recently just re-released. If you I would ask your creative memories consultant if they have some in stock. A lot of them have sold out. All right. That picked up. I'm going to do the next one. All right. See, sometimes when you're like, oh, I'm just going to rush and get this done. And that's when everything starts to get caught and go awry. All right. We've got those, and we're done with that for the moment. See, that starts sticking to things. So, some people wash their mats. I've not ever washed my mat, but I sometimes just use my multi-purpose tool to scrape things up. If you have like a Cricut, like some of those paddles have like a little metal spatula thing, and you could use that to scrape it up. You can also use your nail, that kind of stuff. I know like the Cricut ones, and I had a Cricut and it died, and I haven't replaced it. And so I know you used to have to wash the mats like with soap and water after a while and stuff. I don't know if that's necessarily um true, since yeah, mine stopped working. It was like it was really old. It was the original cartridge one, and I think they're really cool, but I add one more like tool, my husband's just gonna be like, really, what is this one for? Why do we need this one? So, but he has his hobbies and I have mine, and they're equally expensive, so I don't think he has any room to complain. Just going to trim off the white on that. And then we are going to tape runner that down. Oops, one of the borders just jumped. It's one of the borders that I'll be doing later on this week. And I'll show those at the end so that you can join me. All right, for that. Now, if you are looking really closely, there are hearts and they're going sideways, but it's fine. I've pretty much covered them up. All right, so the next thing is we're going to put on the embellishments. So the embellishments I'm using is this just kind of embellishment layering shape. It kind of brings it off the paper a little bit. So you can, because if I have this just on here, it makes it really hard. I just love using these shapes. You can cut them, um, oh, cut them out of a die cut machine if you have like a Sizzix or a Stampin' Up die cut machine, and you can buy dies from all sorts of places. So let's see. So I have this, I want that on there like that. And then this guy, I'm just going to tape it on. And these are the Birthday Bonanza embellishments. It comes with a bunch of embellishments, and that's what these are part of. All right, so let's get, oops, this one, and I'm gonna put, let's see here, I'm gonna put some paper on the back of that, so then I can see where I'm gonna match these up. And I have a little piece of purple. There we go. All right, so then I'll match these up. You can use these as the birthday candles, or you cannot. It's up to you. All whatever you want to do. So then kind of just, I'm gonna tuck this in here, just like that, and voila. So we have two birthday borders, and we have the complementing ones with that. So one thing that I could have done is I could put this down here on the side, which I didn't do, which I can easily adjust. I meant to do that. I was kind of like in like copy and paste mode. So we can put that down here like that. Right. Like that. So then this one is going to go on the, if you're doing a page, this one's going to go on the left page. This one's going to go on to the right page. And I'll come back and show you with those. So I hope you enjoyed. Sorry again for the technical difficulties. Um, I'll have to go back and splice the video. So you don't have 15 minutes of me talking and you seeing nothing. So, but it kind of speeds it up because that did take a lot of time to use that. So if you liked what you the video today and would like to see more, please comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll be excited to create some more things in the future. Have a great day.